All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Kasha Kwala from the GMS Atlanta Church, coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, today I'm going to create a lesson on what a precept is, okay, and how to comprehend what a precept is. All right, so you know what you're bringing out, whether you're on the highways and byways, whether you're doing a lesson like how I'm doing it right now, but just getting some edification on a precept. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna get into the word perception. Okay, so the word perception is a noun. All right, it means a receiving or a collection. That's right. So when you have a perception, it obviously comes from the word perceive, as you can see in its definition. But when you're having a perception, that means you're having a receiving or collection or accumulation of things that add up to make you have that certain type of perception. A good way to think of it is like a dream or a vision. There's an accumulation of things happening inside of that dream or vision, which makes it a dream or vision. Okay. It goes on to say perception, apprehension. Okay, the word apprehension, when you look it up, it means literally an anxiety or a fear of something that will happen, or an understanding or a grasp of something. When you're perceiving something and in turn you have a perception, that means you have a grasp or understanding of the collection or the accumulation of things that are happening at that very moment. Okay. It says a taking. That's right, a taking. You got the word perceive, all right? And then it goes on to say right here that the taking of cognizance, if I'm pronouncing that right, all right? And it says in initiative or direct recognition of some innate quality, okay? So it had the word initiative right there. That even this perceptions and the word precept and perceive can go into your intuition, because intuition is synonymous with that word apprehension, meaning an understanding or a grasp, or anxiety or fear that something will happen. When you have an intuition, it's that, brothers say, man, I feel like something's about to happen. That's what an intuition or an apprehension is. It's the same thing with a perception. So when you're literally on the highways and byways, you're perceiving something. The brother may say something that make you perceive something. You have perception, therefore you pull a precept out. So let's get the word perceive, all right, which is a verb because you actually have to do this, okay? It means from the 13th century Anglo-French parcif, I think. It means to perceive, notice. Okay, to notice something. When you notice something or you're notifying, or notifying is like an alert. Okay, a notification on your phone is an alert. It makes you perceive it. Okay, all right. It makes you understand it or grasp it or take it. Okay. So when you perceive something, you notice something. Okay. When brother says something, you notice something that pops up in your head. Therefore, in turn you have a perception to pull a certain scripture out for the brother. All right. I'm just saying that as an example. It has the word see. Okay. To recognize and understand. All right. When you have a precept, that means you understand something of the scriptures that applies to a certain situation or something or a certain saying that somebody is saying. Or even so in your everyday life, if something happens, you have a precept according to the biblical knowledge that you know, according to that specific situation that you're in, that perception you just had. Okay? It says obtain, gather, seize entirely. Seize entirely. It goes back to the words in the word perception, receiving and collection, or the accumulation of things. Okay, you seize entirely. Okay, that's an accumulation. All right. It says take possession of. That's right, to take possession of. So this even goes back when you have a perception or you're perceiving something, it even goes back to applying. Okay? Because when you're taking possession of something, that means you're taking it as of your own. All right? And if you're applying something, that means you're applying the words that were written and applying it into your own life. Okay? It says also figuratively to grasp with the mind. Okay? To grasp with the mind. That means it's being what? Steadfast inside of you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a precept. See, there you go. I noticed something off of that specific definition right there. So I'm gonna get Philippians chapter 4. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, let's see. No, I think it's in the middle. Bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna find it. I know it's in Philippians 4. Salakia Akim. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, it was the first verse. All right. Philippians 4:1. Therefore, my brethren, dearly beloved and longed for, my joy and crown. So stand fast in the Lord, my dearly beloved. That's right. So going back to it says to grasp with the mind. So even right here, Paul is telling them the point of the matter to stand fast in the Lord. You have to grasp that. All right. If you're standing fast in something, that means you're an immovable object. Okay, that means you're rooted and you're deeply structured. Okay, standing fast in Yahweh Shem Yahushai means what? That means you grasp Yahweh Shem Yahushai with your mind. Okay, it says learn, lamad. Okay, comprehend. All right, comprehend means an understanding. Okay, even in Spanish, it's like comprehende, which means to understand. Do you understand? All right. To take entirely, again, thoroughly. All right. Even so, when you read the scriptures, you have to perceive the scriptures. You have to go through the scriptures thoroughly. All right. Therefore, you get your precepts that come to your mind. And therefore, yes, real talk, I'm going to be honest. The precepts that brothers pull is a clear indication that they read. Okay? They read. I'm not saying that certain precepts get old. No precept ever gets old. You get a new understanding on the Bible each and every day, or deeper, not a new, but a deeper understanding. Okay? Because the Bible is twofold, threefold, quadruplefold, man. Even more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's infinite. Okay? You get a deeper understanding the more and more you read the scriptures. Okay? So when you go through it thoroughly, you're going to get these precepts. Now, what I was saying, you could tell if a brother's reading or not by the precepts that come out in the understanding of the precepts, because that's what a precept means: to take, to understand, to comprehend, to learn, to grasp with the mind. Okay? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go to the actual word precept so you can get the full understanding of what a precept is and why you actually bring out precepts. Okay, when a brother calls for precepts, all right, it's because they have the understanding of the scriptures. Okay, it says maximum or rule of conduct, order. Okay, a precept is an order. All right, and I'm gonna get it in Psalms 119 because this in it says I get understanding and I hate every false way. So if you understand the precepts at hand and you hate every false way, that means you understand the order of how things are supposed to be accomplished. That means you understand that you're supposed to do this and not that. Okay? It says give rules. That's right. Give rules to. All right? What? When you're telling somebody who doesn't know the truth and may be on the, believing in it and whatnot, what did Yahweh Shai do? He told them the 10 Commandments, but in the precept format. He told them Exodus, the 20th chapter, in a precept format, okay? To give them that understanding. He was giving them rules, because in Exodus 20 is the law. Those are rules. Those are certain things you can and cannot do, okay? Those are rules. But when Yahweh Shai was teaching, he gave them precepts, okay? He gave them precepts. Simple as that. Let me see if I can get an example of Yahweh Shai giving precepts. It's all throughout the Gospels, but I want a particular one. Salakia. Maybe I'll just hold off on it and find it later. But just hold on one second. Bet I'll get this. All right, because this is a precept that Yahweh Shai pulled out on Satan. Okay. This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 10. It says, Then Yahweh Shai say unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord Yahweh thy power, in him only shalt thou serve. That is him saying a precept to what? Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. And why did Yahweh Shai say this? Because he had the understanding of this chapter, okay? Exodus 21. And the Most High Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I am the Lord Yahweh, thy power. I am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Okay, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Okay, so let's go back to Matthew 4 and 10. Then saith Yahweh Shai unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written. Where is it written? In Exodus, the 20th chapter, from verse 1 to verse 5, I think. Thou shalt not, it says, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, in him only shalt thou serve. That's the first commandment that Yahweh Shai brought out. That's a precept because he had an understanding and he had a grasp. He grasped in the mind. Okay, let me get one more precept because there's an understanding. There's something, I've noticed something. There's a notion inside of me that's bringing this out. Okay, this is Acts chapter 13, verse 22. All right, it says, And when he had removed him, who? Saul, okay, which King Saul is what this is speaking of, he raised up unto them David to their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, which shall fulfill my will. The point of the matter says, a man after mine own heart. Okay, when you go into the word perceive, what does it say? Okay, to grasp with the mind. And we understand in the scriptures when it says heart, it means the mind. A man after, it says a man after my own heart or my own mind. Okay, meaning David understood the precepts. Okay, and we're going to get it in Psalm 119 and 104. Okay, it says Psalm 119 and 104, through thy precepts, okay, I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. That's right. One more time. Through thy precepts, I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Okay? Let me get one more. No, a few more. In the same chapter, it says, therefore, Psalm 119 and 128, therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, because the precepts that Yahweh Shai gives us are perfect, so therefore they will be right. All right, and hate every false way. So if we're keeping the precepts of the Lord, every other way is false. Okay, let me get one precept real quick. I think it's in Romans 3. Yes, Romans 3 and 4. I'll start at 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Did not believe in what? Yahweh Shai in his precepts. Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Verse 4, Yahweh forbid, or hell no. Okay? Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. So if you're going according to the Most High's precepts, that means everyone else is a liar because the Most High is the true power. What he says goes. Whatever is in the scriptures, if someone says something and you're like, I haven't read anything like that, then they're a liar. Okay? As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged, because you kept the precepts. If you keep the precepts, the Most High will justify you because it's what he's saying do. Okay? It's what he wants you to do. Okay, so going back to Psalm 119 and 128. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. Okay, the precepts, all precepts that you read in the scriptures are right. Okay, because it comes from the omnipotent power. Okay, the all-knowing. All right, they're all right. He's right. All right, concerning all things to be right, I hate every false way. Every false way is not the precepts of the Lord. It's not the understanding of the Lord. Okay? Let's go back to the word precept and finish this off. It says to take beforehand. That's right. Literally, a precept is synonymous with what? A prophecy. Because usually the precepts that we pull are prophecies. Prophecies means to say before, or prophesy means to say before. A precept means a taking beforehand. Okay? They're synonymous with each other. All right? Before, to take, to grasp. All right. So going back to Psalm 119 in the last scripture, and I'll close it out. Psalm 119, 134. Deliver me from the oppression of man. So will I keep thy precepts. Okay. How do you get away from the oppression of man? By keeping the Lord's precepts. Okay. And I'm gonna get the word precept in the Hebrew. Pakwa. Let's see. Pakwa Radam, if I'm not mistaken. I may be off. It says precept statute. It's a statute. We keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. It says a commandment, precept, statute. All right. A mandate. That's a good one. A mandate. All right. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and Lord willing, you have the edification on the word precept and what a precept really is. Okay, so I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This is Brother Kasha Kwala from the GMS Atlanta Church. Until next time, I want to say shalom.